Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. I just wanted to share with the Senate in the short time that I have about an important event that's going to happen on Sunday, the 1st of July. It will be the 40th anniversary of self-government in the Northern Territory, and I thought it's a really good time for the Senate to be aware just what the Northern Territory is all about. And in fact, I've got something here that I'd like to table in a moment, but I just thought that there's an important part of the Northern Territory, and that is the Northern Territory flag. Many of you would know the flag, I'm sure. It's actually the only flag in Australia that doesn't have the colour blue, unlike all the other flags of the states and the other territory, the ACT. But on our flag in the Northern Territory, it is ochre and black, and also the Southern Cross. But there is the emblem, the floral emblem on our flag is the Sturt desert rose. Now, the Sturt desert rose normally is known for 5 petals, but on this flag it has 7. And I always say that the 7 is always about the fact that there are 6 states across Australia, and the 7th one is still unfinished business here for the Northern Territory. I would like to, at the end, be able to just table this document as well, if I may take leave for that, Mr Acting Deputy President. But our flag was designed not by a Territorian, unfortunately. It was designed by a Victorian. And Mr Robert Ingpen designed it for the 1978 launch of self-government. We have a tremendous way to go in the Northern Territory. We have made many steps along the way for constitutional development and growth for the people of the Northern Territory. We even voted no against statehood, and that was 20 years ago, in 1998. We only just voted no, but there was a significant reason behind it, and it wasn't because the people of the Northern Territory did not want the constitutional development. It was a matter of process that got stalled and stymied just before the last 11th hour, as my colleague on the other side would remember. But the aspirations for the people of the Northern Territory is for equality, to be equal with our fellow Australians in the other states. And this is what the people of the Northern Territory are going to be thinking about, along with the fact that it is a significant day generally. And there are many people in the Northern Territory who perhaps don't even know that sort of history, especially when they've been coming from other states around Australia or from even overseas. It's the First Nations peoples as well who very much aspire to be equal in this country in terms of constitutional development. In the Northern Territory, we have over 100 Aboriginal languages. Those languages are recognised in the Aboriginal Interpreter Service, but we need them to be recognised far more broader across our country, respected constitutionally in every way that is possible. The Northern Territory is reliant on a fair distribution of GST that takes into account our high level of need, our disproportionate level of disadvantage, that also takes into account that all Australians, no matter where they live, should have equal access to the same critical government services such as health, housing and education. We have a long way to go. We have so many houses that still need to be built across the Northern Territory. And on Territory Day on Sunday, many people of the Northern Territory will be reflecting on our place in Australia. And I ask senators here to consider that, wherever you are, that there is unfinished constitutional business for the people of the Northern Territory, for the First Nations peoples across Australia, but especially those who will be coming together on this significant day on Sunday. Remote Australians, remote Territorians are not second-class citizens and should not be expected to cop second-class service. Make sure on Sunday, as the people of the Northern Territory reflect, that this Australian Senate also does.
Order. Senator McCarthy, were you going to seek leave to table a document?
Yes, Mr President, I seek leave to table a document.
A document hasn't been seen, so
I'm happily to show the document. It is the flag of the Northern Territory.
Props aren't appropriate in the chamber, but I'll appreciate that saved us time. And you can